Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Here are the two questions that we'll do. And to make sure we don't take ourselves too seriously, let's think about the fun question. What movie can you quote more than any other? All right, so that math section as a whole is like this. This topic is classic linear equations, which falls under Algebra I. You may be asked to write an equation. You may be asked simply state the slope of a perpendicular line, and they'll give you a given equation, a line perpendicular to that equation. So for this first problem, you know that it passes through a certain point and it's parallel to some line. So what I recommend is, for those of us who need a quick visual, that 3, 3 would be here. And then we know that this line, this mystery line, has to pass through that point, but it also is parallel to this, you go down 1 and then up 1 over 2. 1 over 2. So it's parallel to that line. We know that the line is generally right here. This is just a sketch off to the side of the paper. But we know it's generally right here. So we can kind of check our work once we have an answer. All right, parallel lines. They have the same slope. So I know if it's parallel, it has the same slope. Let's think about how that differs from perpendicular. So I'm going to say, so slope is 1/2. 1/2 for this one. Okay, so if I know that the line, the mystery line I'm looking for, has a slope of 1/2, remember 1/2 is the b, is the m, that goes in the m spot, so y equals 1/2 x plus, and then we do not know this part right here. That's the only bit that we don't know. So let's call that b. And we know that it does pass through 3, 3, which remember is x and y. You can just call this 3 and this 3. And we get 3 equals 3/2 plus b. I can subtract that 3/2 or 1.5 and get 3/2 equals b. Just a note, you can use that math enter trick if you have fractions. So my final answer then is, putting this b back into this b up here. So we have y equals 1/2 x plus 3 over 2 as our final answer. Up here, perpendicular means that the slopes are opposite, reciprocal. So that means not only do you flip the slope, but you also have to change the sign of it. So this 1/2 stayed 1/2 in our final answer. This negative 1/5, I'm going to say opposite reciprocal. So the 1/5 flips to end up getting 5. Okay. So we have 5, and then it's also going to be a positive 5. So we'll say flip the 1/5 and make positive. So we know it's going to be y equals 5 over 1 x plus something. And once again, that something we can figure out because we know this x and y can go in for these guys. So we get 5 equals 5 times 1 plus b. 5 equals 5 plus b. And if I subtract 5 on both sides, I get 0. So that means that there is no b, and the final answer is just y equals 5x. That is entirely possible. Sometimes your y-intercept is just 0. Okay, move on to a few practice problems. These match the other two almost identically. Notice there is some negative action going on here. Let's pause the video if you want to see the answers. Okay, answers, here they are, and you just want to make sure that your final answer is in slope-intercept form because that's what it asked for. But I have seen problems on the ACT before where this given problem is in standard form, meaning instead of y equals mx plus b, it would be like number x plus number y equals number. And you then have to move some things around to first get it in slope-intercept form. Leave you with a quote. This is really helpful with ACT prep. Sometimes we are dive in and just practice. But this quote, dream big, start small, but most of all, start. It's really great for anything that, sometimes you just drag your feet to start. The dreaming big is really exciting though. That's very fun. Okay, I hope this video benefited you either with a math course or prepping for a test. Now that you've had some time to ponder the fun question, I'd love to see your answers. Also, if you'd like to keep up with new videos, I'd really appreciate if you clicked subscribe. Have a great day.